Hello, this is Nick. We are I'm out here with my father Chris, and we are going to feed our hives today with sugar syrup. Wireless doesn't always connect up here. All right, first thing we're going to do is an inspection on this hive. These are the pieces we're going to...
It'd take a lot of effort to do that. Why don't you just leave them there, so I don't have to do it next time?
Well, this'll stick down to the next one, and
because that's a lot of stuff right there for some bees.
But there's a lot of bees doing it, so.
When was the last time you had this open?
Maybe 2 weeks and a half ago, when her stuff was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was nice. Wow, they started up there too. Now, would that be good to scrape those off where they've started? Those up there?
Maybe, but I haven't scraped that in a long time, and they haven't really tried to make more. So. This hive, we're gonna take probably a frame or two of these medium frames that are already drawn out really well, right, and give to the nuke when we put it. I'm not expecting to see the queen here, but I'm just looking to see if they have stores.
Look at that.
So that's a frame that they're...
That when you didn't do anything too, they just started.
Well, all these frames were empty when I first put them in.
Wow.
What I'm hoping to do with this hive is use it as kind of a... use all the frames as seed frames, right, for the new hives I do next year. Because all these frames are naturally drawn. There's no foundation on them.
It's all honey. Wow. And how long has this box been up?
This box has been on since we harvested in July.
Oh, okay.
But all of these, since they, I think it's good for them to be able to use as much natural comb as possible, right? I'll put these in all the brood nests of the hives next year, and then all the supers will have wax foundation frames. Seem to be doing really good. We see pollen and stuff.
Yep,
Yeah. And some, you see some of that blue?
Mm-hmm.
They're finding it out of a trash can or something.
Do they tend to go to the same spot in the hive when they go to one particular type of tree or something?
I don't know. I think that they kind of just store it from the center outward, but man, they got a lot of propolis in these.
A lot of what?
that purpose.
Yeah. When you did it for Stephanie's class, you did it the same way with the camera, just like that?
A buddy of mine he filmed it, and it was actually through Skype.
Well, this one, you're going to have a lot of honey in this one.
This one, they should have more honey. And it's possible that they could have brood in here too. And it's possible that the queen could be in here.
You're good to see it that quick.
Well, I'm assuming that she's not in, especially on the sides of the box.
Right.
She usually stays in the middle. I've actually taken a frame out before and put it to the side and not found the queen at all, and then realized she was on the frame. I put to the side.
Wow, look at all that. Jeez.
That's all. You know, I've been feeding them a lot, but that looks like it's all real honey that they've been bringing in over the fall. The fall honey is usually a lot darker than what they bring in over the summer, the spring. There's another frame that they have.
Isn't that interesting? You would think they'd go from the inside out.
Well, all this, you see how it's like yellow up here,
Yep.
and then white down there?
Yep.
That's all probably that they've added in the last 2 weeks maybe, that white area. In the springtime, it's amazing. They'll fill up the whole frame in like a week or two, and that's what they're working towards. This is all going to be
See a lot of it.
honey. Yep.
You have to put them back in order, or could you put them back in a different order?
You can, but you can disrupt like they have a pattern of how they
Yeah.
lay out everything. And with honey, I guess it's not such a big deal. You want to see something interesting? This is probably because these might have had brood in them.
Mm-hmm.
You see how there's
The gap, yeah.
gap? If you look on this side, the same.
Same pattern.
They put the same. They usually pattern stuff on the same frame. It's similar, a mirror on both sides.
How many tiers can one queen handle?
How many boxes?
Yeah.
Well, you can build it up as if you. I've seen people with boxes as high as they can stack them. And I think the queen is probably down in the bottom box because we probably would have seen brood by now. She's still laying up here. There's still a lot of space in a lot of these frames that we can fill.
I wonder what the ideal temperature and climate would be for bees.
This is all pollen.
Yep.
Well, they keep the hive right around body temperature, 90, 95 degrees. bees. So I guess wherever you have those conditions pretty regularly might be the best. See some of the pretty old ones.
Right, easy access.
Yeah. So we got a lot of space over on this side. They haven't filled up. We'll probably fill it all with honey. Good amount of honey here. And this is all a honey frame. So the queen is bringing her production down quite a bit because usually that would be brood all the way out to here.
Is yours marked?
She was, but not anymore. It's rubbed off. Yeah, they have a lot of honey. Some brood on that side. This will be one of the frames that we're swapping out with the nuke. One of the deeps that was in here came out of here, so we'll just put that back. And now we'll put honey in this one. So.
you normally ring her?
Not
get out of her
necessarily.
way?
Sometimes they can even be on top of her.
Really, when you go into these hives, you're just doing it for your own comfort. You kind of know the queen is in there, right?
Well, yeah. Considering, I know that she's in here.
But disturbing it, does that hurt at the least?
It takes them some time to get back into the swing of things, but it's good to find her and also to see how much she's laying and how much they're storing. Because if this was completely full of honey, I know that it might be good to try to put in some. Yep. See, her back she has two little dots of.
I don't see that. It's just bigger and she's more walking with direction where the other guys are not.
So she's healthy. Her wings are in good shape. She's moving around.
The bees rest.
But I've read that they do. There's a kind of sleep that they do.
Where did she go?
She's over here somewhere. She's right here. Anyway, just seeing it's very spotty pattern, although it looks like it's hard to see. It's hard to see. I can't tell if she's. I think there might be eggs in there, but I'm not 100% sure. But she's in good shape. And these, I'm assuming, are going to be just honey still. So we could. I think these guys are getting.
Now, when you put that one frame in the nuke and then one of the nukes in there, those guys aren't going to get confused and go, "What the hell?"
Because I take all the bees off of them.
Oh, yep, okay.
And so the only bees that are there are the bees that haven't emerged yet.
Aren't you going to do that?
I guess we could swap that out now. Actually, you know what? I haven't completely decided how I'm gonna move them, and so she might have a lot of brood on that
Right.
that I don't want to mess with.
Right. So now you can just start putting them back together. Right?
Yep. The other thing is probably they're acting a little bit more aggressive than usual, right? And it's most likely because of the clouds being cloudy. Buddy Jesse's going to come over on Tuesday, and I'll probably move frames around and do what I need to.
You want to put that one on next?
So, let's see. So usually we're about to feed here. Usually I use one of these and I'll flip it upside down and set that inside an empty box here. I just got this feeder from a mentor of mine, so we're going to try this out.
Have you read anything on these? Are these pretty good?
A lot of people use them. So basically what we have here is the bees can come up through the slots in the bottom, but in the top they can't get out of this cage, and that's good because they can't get into the reservoir and drown. So we're just going to fill these up with basically a 2-to-1 simple sugar syrup ratio and see how it goes.
Do they get kind of drunk fat?
Yeah. Well, that's why he's the first one already. When you smoke them, they think there's a wildfire, and it makes them go and eat as much honey as they can, and then the honey is what calms them down and kind of makes them a little.
Well, isn't that interesting? You would almost think there would be a device that would give them a little bit of smoke every so often.
Actually, there was a little bit left over, wasn't there?
Yeah, we could put that there.
And what she'll do right there, the one bee that's in there, she'll see it and then she'll go down and she'll just tell everyone else about it.
In that top box on Mars, I got 2 pickle jars, just like that. I put 2 pieces of wood and I put the pickle jars between them. And the pickle jars are probably twice as much as the smaller mason jar that I hold.
Right.
And
threw it like crazy.
Well, the small mason jar, I went ahead and put it on the outside. The one on the outside at the door, man, they downed it quicker than can be. The one on the top like this, it took them a while.
So this little hive is a little bit more, they can be a little bit more aggressive, agitated. So we'll just be quick here. This nuke was a temporary thing, so that's why I didn't even paint it or anything, because I just needed to get something ready for them. It's like falling apart with the rain. Cool.
And how long has this one been going?
This one's probably been going for 2 months, and they could definitely have some more space. This one, they have been building on the bottom here, but
Wow.
not a whole lot. Wouldn't be surprised if I get a sting out of this.
Once you get one sting, do you stop because of the
I back off,
hormones?
and you see how they're jumping
Yep.
at me? Mango might just... There's obviously a queen in here.
Yeah.
And this frame is kind of light,
Right.
so it's most likely that they could use some food anyway. So maybe we'll just... Actually, the last time I opened this was during Stephanie's
Yeah.
thing.
Now show me again the worker and the drone and the worker, right? Or the-
Right, all the drones have been kicked out more or less. But if you want to get a sting right now, I can give you one. Let's see. Camera girl. Yeah. Grab it. She came right at my face. We'll try the other hive because
Okay.
these are always a little bit more defensive. So this is how I feed these guys. Let's take one of these. All right. Hive number 3. We're not really going to inspect this one so much, but
What?
feels like we're almost cut through the frame. So, something interesting up here. I don't know, all these little splotches, right? It's possible that could be poop or kind of diarrhea that they have, which might mean that the hive is a little bit sick. This hive was getting robbed out a lot.
You say robbed out. Explain that.
So there's the frame. This quick. Basically, they have other bees from other hives will come and
okay.
and just
Like
swarm
next
them.
door, maybe.
Could be my hive. Could be. There's a couple other hives around here. Let's see.
Like this guy, I can just do this, right?
Well, Well, I'm gonna grab one so we can put it right where it needs to go. So just right here.
Yep. And these are grown. No, workers.
These are all workers. Well,
The rain's coming.
yeah. We could try tomorrow. The rain is coming.
You gonna put both of these in this one?
Yep, and we're gonna flip them to where they kind of right there.
Oh, so they can only go right there.
Yeah, more or less.
Ooh, it's moving in quick, Nicholas.
Yep. Alright. The other thing I wanted to do here, let's flip this over. There is some holes. Well, you know what? Anybody who tries to get in here just won't be able to. These are tight. There's just some.
Bees are coming in together. Yeah.
And actually, yesterday, I noticed there was a lot of bees swarming around the. There was a lot of bees swarming around this hive. So.
What if I do this and you do stuff? You got all that? Give me some.
Can you take that?
Yep.
And I'll take this. All right, it's starting to rain. That's gonna be all from us. Take care.